Then again, there was rumor that some Kenyans have been killed there, but those rumors were not confirmed. So, of course, now some of those who flew in yesterday are giving an account of what really was going on the ground.
And really, it's a very sad story. And right now, the government, the backs up with our government. That when you, as a Kenyan, when you go outside in any country, I think the first thing you're supposed to do is to report to the ambassador or high commissioner and give them, register your presence, tell them what you'll be doing, so that you are part of their database. In case of a situation like this, they're able to call you. But one wonders whether actually the Ministry of Foreign Affairs is working on ensuring that the Kenyans are very safe in South Sudan, wherever they are placed, and also their assets. And fundamentally important is around business, because there are so many Kenyans who've invested in South Sudan. And I saw a businessman yesterday complaining that, they've entered so many deals in South Sudan, and with this kind of a situation, the contracts are not going to be honored. Right. They've already offered a service, and they don't know what is going to happen. And a number of them even claim that because of the poor law and order regime, they get targeted easily, they get arrested, they get beaten up, and the Kenyan government does not come in to support them. But one really hopes that the Ministry of Foreign Affairs will be proactive to secure our commercial interests in South Sudan. And
also just for the two leaders to deal with this once and for all. I mean, it's not too long before they signed a peace deal. We remember that the vice president just came in not too long ago, and suddenly this war coming up again is very sad news. Then again, of course, there's a question apparently that it's just social media communication from one of the vice president's top men that caused this to come, showing how much tension then there is, if indeed that is true.
Well, the ambassador, the South Sudanese ambassador to Kenya, claims that the spokesman for Riek Machar is the one who came up with that post. But again, if that was really the case, then it means you don't have a very strong society in Kenya, because you cannot have soldiers running all over because of a social media update, and that's really unacceptable. But I guess the bigger picture here is that the African Union, the East African community, I think the leaders across Africa are sleeping on the job. And there's a lot of interest in South Sudan. You've got all the neighboring countries with a vested interest. And you recall when there was a genocide in Rwanda some time ago, the entire world said this can never be allowed to happen again.
Right.
But now it's beginning to happen. And people just say about 300 people are dead, like a piece of statistics.
Like it's just,
it's just happened.
Like it's meant to be okay.
Yeah. And again, wonders, the regional presidents, I don't know, maybe in private they've thrown their weight to try and stop this. But one would have expected President Kenyatta, the Ethiopian Prime Minister, as well as President Museveni, to move in with force and even impose sanctions. Because again, it's claimed that majority of those, the people engaged in this mischief, either stay in Nairobi or Kampala. But the regional presidents are not doing anything.
Right.
And when we got the international community like the UN Security Council or ICC coming to Africa, we are very quick to tell them take a walk. That this is Africa. We have African solutions.